Yeah, Jam, I'm looking right at you, Jam.
I'm looking right at you.
Oh, give me a minute.
Why are you looking at me?
Because Connor's the cutest.
That is so fucked up.
I'm offended.
I'm kidding.
Don't say it to me. I'm a minor.
What?
Well, I'm not, so...
Yeah, that's why
Yeah, what the fuck?
So, like, that's why.
You're all my pookies.
I
Just
can't
in
talk.
that moment, I need to butter up Connor so he can hurry the fuck up. No, I'm kidding. Why are you saying ew?
I don't know.
No.
I don't like gay people.
Did you just say you don't like gay people? Bitch, look at the flag in the background of you.
Wait a minute! Wait a minute!
The straightest person here is Connor, not you. I don't want to hear shit.
Okay, so I got everything set up. It's all recording now. But before we start, we do it every single time. What do we have for snacks this time? Because we're gonna get distracted halfway through. I got vanilla milk.
I want my bread. I don't have bread today.
I got my big ass burrito.
Oh, shit.
Actually, I'm gonna take that out of the wrapper. Otherwise, it's gonna be way too loud. Let's see here. What I got: sweet tart fusions, not infusions, fusions.
Jesus Christ, bro's got more snacks than I have bitches, and I don't have any bitches.
I got kinky blue as my other drink.
Jesus Christ.
Kinky blue? What the fuck?
It's blueberry. Yeah, it's vodka. I think that is vodka.
Okay, it's vodka. It's fine.
And last but not, I have Australian licorice. I've never had this.
Licorice?
Hold on, I gotta get my little cross hands thing. Okay, guys.
Players, are you ready for today's session?
Yeah.
All right, for all my viewers at home today, I'm going to put a preemptive trigger warning because there is going to be possible death, suffering, pain, blood, guts on the floor, you know.
Guts on the floor.
It's gonna be a wild ride
Let the
today.
guts hit the
I'm
floor.
also
Let the
not
guts hit
wearing
the
a proper shirt, so my tits are fucking out, boys.
Let the guts hit the floor.
Let the guts hit the floor. Let the guts hit the... Okay. Anyways.
So, where we last left off, adventurers, you were all standing at the water sports lake that is used by the campground. It is currently night, and Marcus Plier, that should be his last name. That might be canon that his last name is Plier. But Marcus was standing on the edge of that dock looking in. He like kind of took a deep breath and just dove straight in there. So you guys are currently kind of just standing at the water's edge, waiting for something to happen. You're kind of waiting for Mark to resurface. You're kind of surveying the water, trying to see if you can see anything. Even with all of you guys having very strong perception, you don't really notice anything at first, except for a couple air bubbles. But you don't have to wait too long, before suddenly you see a large collection of bubbles start forming, like coming to the surface a couple feet from the dock. These bubbles are quickly followed up by a dark coloring rising with the bubbles. And you hear what you imagine to be muffled underwater yelling. Quickly, after you hear this cacophony and you see the dark color in these bubbles, you see not one, but two figures emerge out of the water and kind of surface. You see Marcus actively in confrontation with this aquatic beast-like figure. And you see blood dripping from Marcus's shoulder.
Oh.
Marcus manages to drag this creature to shallower waters, but quickly loses grip with it, and it kind of slithers a little bit deeper into the water, and then turns away and faces you and Marcus with bright, glowing green eyes. It bares its sharp fangs that are dripping with fresh blood. Out of this water, it stands about 6 feet tall, but including its slithery, fish-like tail behind it, you approximate it to be about 7.5 feet long in length. This creature lets out a horrifying scream, almost exact to the one that you heard that brought you to the lake to begin with. It's high-pitched, it's piercing, and after it screams, it hisses at the party. It just goes, I want all of
It's
you.
like a Pokemon.
I want all of you to roll a wisdom saving throw with a DC of 15.
What does that
However,
mean?
that means the difficulty is 18. Or 15, sorry.
You have to roll above a 15.
You have to roll 15 or higher. Ember, you have to roll only a 8 or higher.
Okay, good.
Okay, well I got an 11. Do I add my wisdom?
You had your wisdom.
Add your
I got
wisdom.
a 14.
Okay, so you didn't quite make it.
Hold on, let me get out my dice.
That's not. Wait, I rolled the wrong dice. I
I
rolled the
got a
wrong dice. Can I
7.
roll again?
Wait, hold on.
What do you mean wrong dice?
Did you not roll a
I
d20?
rolled a D10.
Oh.
Okay, then roll. Make sure
A
you roll a
D12.
d20. Yeah, roll
Okay.
a d20 then.
Sorry, that didn't count, guys.
Let me
Hey,
quickly...
Dogs. Dogs.
16. I got a 16.
Oh, okay.
Alright, let me, sorry, I
Ember, what did you get?
I was not ready for this. I did not get out my dice.
7.
Oh, and you got the easier DC. You still. Oh man.
This is horrible.
Uh-oh. What'd you get?
The dice is good today.
Not only
with,
for you.
with my +1 wisdom modifier, I got a 2.
Wow. Wow.
So me? That's it?
You're the only one that passed it so far. So,
I critically failed.
Ember and Finn.
I'm scared.
Here, do Ember first because I know mine's gonna be worse because I got a nat 1.
I want you to
Womp womp.
roll a D4, both of you.
Hold. Okay.
Is this for
And
damage?
Finn, because you got a crit
Do I do-
fail,
do I
you're
do-
going to double whatever number you say.
Oh, I was gonna say roll a d6, but okay, oops. Alright,
What the
let's
fuck
see
is
here.
a D4? Hold on.
D4
It
is
has
the...
4 sides.
Yeah, D4
That's your
is-
triangle.
Is the triangle. Yeah.
Okay, what am I doing?
You're
rolling
Rolling it.
It's probably for damage. Like psychic
It's
damage.
not for damage.
So I got a 4 with the double. No, with the double. It's okay.
With the double.
Yeah, with the
okay.
double it's 4. Yeah, if it was a 4. She got a 4.
I got a 1.
Oh, no, actually that's fine.
You don't know what's happening. It could be a good thing. So
Considering I said a 4 and you're like, he thought double and he was like, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be a 100% good thing.
well, just listen. So, Finn and Ember, you see the Gongoozler hiss its name, and you feel your vision sort of narrow. You feel like a kind of an adrenaline kick through your bloodstream, and your vision, like with the darkness around it, becomes sort of darker, sort of distorted. The thing that seems to be clearest in your vision are the eyes and fangs of the Gongoozler in front of you. It seems to almost be floating, staring directly into your eyes, striking you with fear. Ember, you are not usually afraid. You are... The last time you remember being afraid was the last time you saw your parents. You have been struck with that same fear, something you haven't literally felt in a decade. Finn, you are shaking. Your tail is between your legs.
I'm shooketh.
You as a paladin have seen a lot, you've dealt with a lot, but something just feels awful. You do not feel right. You feel everything is wrong right now.
That's my first nat one. And it has
Carmen
to be
just
on
doesn't care. She's like, what is going on with these two?
there. My timbers are now shivered.
Literally. So, that roll that you guys did, that number that you got, is going to be how many rounds of this now fight that you're in. I will have you roll initiative shortly.
Oh, we're paralyzed with fear.
Wait, no!
You were paralyzed with fear.
Rest in peace, because I'm out for 4.
So, Finn, you are going to be afraid for the next 4 turns. Ember, you're going to only be afraid for 1 for right now. But I need you guys to all roll initiative. Marcus is also in this initiative, by the way. Oh, speaking of, I got to roll to see if Marcus is afraid. Marcus is not afraid. So
Of course he wouldn't be. Of course he wouldn't be.
Okay, so initiative, is that just a d20?
Initiative is D20. I gotta get my goddamn notes.
I need to pray for better rolls, because I got a 3.
What the
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, what is happening with your rolls?
Let me just roll
today?
again. Let me roll again. Okay, so now it's an 18.
You wasted that 18.
Okay, hold up. Wait, I gotta find out which dice is the lucky dice that these ones. Okay, let me just roll
Okay,
this
so
too.
what did you guys get? It was 3 what?
8?
8
14.
14. Okay, so
Yeah, I am critically shooketh.
Yeah.
I am critically shivered to where I got a bad roll.
and then
Horrible.
Marcus. That's not great. And then the Gongoozler. Hey, Carmen.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're Carmen today. It works. It's fine. Heads or tails?
Tails.
Cool. So, Ember, you are going to be up first in this initiative. However, you are afraid right now. You cannot get within 10 feet of the Gongoozler without absolutely losing your
Shitting your
shit.
pants.
You can try, but you will have some disadvantages. But you guys are currently all standing 15 feet away. Marcus, from just strangling it, is 5 feet closer. He is 10 feet away.
Okay.
But it's not that far from you guys. It is in the water, and it is deeper in the water. You guys are on the shore / dock area. You are out of the water, just to kind of put you guys where you need to be.
So pretty much no matter what, like, if we go into the water, we're gonna have a disadvantage anyways.
At least the people that are afraid.
Yeah.
So yes.
And in terms of the Gongoozler is faster in water because he is a water creature.
Mm-hmm. We
But
lure it
yes.
out of the water.
Ember, though you are afraid, you can still attempt to attack, do a move, do anything. You cannot really shake the fear. That'll kind of happen naturally. But like I said, Gongoozler is 15 feet away. What do you want to do to kind of start us off?
Well, I guess I want to... Fuck, I'm scared. I want to take out my crossbow and, try to aim for its fucking head and shoot, I guess.
Okay, roll a d20.
It's That's a 12.
Okay. So you shakily lift up your crossbow, aim it directly at the Gongoozler's head. You fire, and it zooms right past it, and it splashes in the water right behind it. It was a very close shot, but you just barely missed, and you know it's probably just because you were a bit spooked, and you were just kind of not ready to just get engaged in this fight. Carmen, you are next.
So how close is the Gongoozler to the shore?
15 feet.
Okay. Is there a large? Are there trees?
Are you asking if there's trees in the water?
No. Is there trees at least 20 feet away from the Gongoozler?
From the Gongoozler, no.
Okay. Well.
Surrounded by trees, though.
You're surrounded by trees, but
it's
there's
too
none
far away.
along the shoreline or anything.
So
They're
it's like
about
the
10,
trees, a
10
clearing,
they're about 10
like-
feet from the water, yeah, because there is a walkway all the way around. It's, it's about 10 feet wide. It's a hike.
Wait,
It's part of a hiking trail. It was cleared out.
How hurting is Marcus?
How hurting is he?
Yes.
He looks fine, but he's also a strong, husky, big buff man.
Yeah, he is.
Alright.
I will. The most you can tell from where you're standing and where Marcus is standing, his shirt is clearly ripped and kind of falling off. He's got, half a peck is kind of sticking out, in the front.
Okay, anyways.
One sleeve is kind of off, but there is solid points where you can see where the fang's inserted on his shoulder.
Ooh.
And you see the blood dripping, but Marcus looks like he's ready to fight. I'm sure he might appreciate healing if that was what you were thinking.
Yeah, I want to go over to him and heal him.
Okay, so just letting you know, you will be stepping into the water to do so.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll do it.
This is what you're looking at right now.
Oh my god.
That's what you're looking at.
Except with more shirt and more blood.
No
Okay,
shirt.
So I'm going to go into the water where Marcus is, and I'm going to cure his wounds, and it says, yeah, that's one of my level 1 spells, so I'm gonna use that.
Okay. So since it's a spell, make I think it's a wisdom roll.
Yeah, it says it's a D8 plus 3.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. So I roll a D8.
That's gonna determine how much heals you do. Roll a 20 to see how effective it is.
It's a 7. What the fuck is going on? Wait, do I add my wisdom?
Yes.
Then a 10.
Okay, perfect. So you go up to Marcus. Can you roll that D8 too?
Yes. 8 sides. Oh, whoa. 6.
6, and then is that plus 3 you said?
Oh, yeah, plus 3, so 9.
9, perfect. So you go up to Marcus and, you gently put your hand right kind of as high up close to the wound as you can reach. You're kind of putting your hand on his lower back. It's not quite to where the wound is, but you're just short. It's okay. And you see the holes kind of close up on his wound. They look a lot better. And then for extra effect, you kind of just take a splash of water and just chuck it at him, and it kind of cleans off the blood a little bit.
Yeah.
And he looks brand spanking new. I'm going to adjust his stats a little bit, because yes, sir. All right.
Let's go.
And so you are now 10 feet away from the Gongoozler, but Marcus is in front of you.
Sick. He's my shield.
Speaking of the Gongoozler, it is his turn to attack. Where do I see his stats? Up. I have so much written down for some of the status effects. Ah, yes. Oh my god. I'm so glad that Marcus and Carmen, the people in the water, are not afraid. So, oh, that's a great roll to start. So the Gongoozler sort of hisses and like ducks under the water, and Finn and Ember see this fish-like movement coming straight at Marcus, and both of you and Finn kind of like instinctively like take a step back away from the dock, even though it's not even going towards you. You just feel inclined to self-preserve, and you both kind of step back, not too far. You're not like moving an extra 5 feet away or anything. You just kind of instinctively just step back, kind of regain yourself as you see the Gongoozler quickly flip and like try to push Marcus down with like a strong push of water against his legs, and Marcus, just being the brute man that he is, doesn't flinch a muscle, doesn't move, doesn't even look like he felt it. Carmen, you kind of get water splash in your face because you're just behind him, but you also feel no effect, and it quickly slithers back to 10 feet away where it was from you guys.
Dude, this guy sucks.
Well, he rolled a goddamn 3 for his first attack, so...
Yeah.
Finn is next in the lineup, so we'll have to sit here. Oh, no!
Good. I knew I was next.
Yay!
It was a.
Oh yeah.
It's pending on the cricket. It's hopefully dying as we speak.
What the fuck? Okay.
I just went out and killed an animal. Got my lunch for today.
Okay. Finn, you are 15 feet away from the Gongoozler. You cannot step within 10 feet without having some issues.
Well, let's have some
You are
issues.
also still on land. You choose what to do, but currently Marcus and Carmen are 10 feet away in the water, and you and Ember both still on the shore. You are 15 feet away. So far, literally nobody's taken damage, but Marcus has been healed some points.
Yay.
Sweet. I'm going to absolutely yeet a javelin at him.
Real good joke on
That's
the
awesome. I assume you have a javelin.
I have 5.
Oh, okay.
And to not have, well, in normal circumstances, to not have disadvantage, it has to be within 30 feet. This range, but it deals 1d6 of piercing damage.
Okay.
So I'm going to yeet a javelin at him.
Yeah, go for it. Roll a d20.
That's the plan. I actually totally forgot I had those until...
I'm glad you thought of it, because I'm like, I don't know what Finn's gonna do, because I'm so used to him just slashing.
19.
Hey, there we go.
About time. I know.
I'm gonna say, is that with a? Oh wait, no. There's no modifier with that. Never mind. Don't listen to me.
Either way, look. If I want to yeet it hard, I mean, I could do strength, but that'd make it 22. If you wanted to mind that.
Well, yeah. What I'm gonna say is, roll your 1d6 and then add your strength to the roll.
Oh. Okay, let's hear. Where's my attack d6? Alright, here it is. Whizzing! Hold on, wait. Plus my strength. Why did I look at it? I already know it. That'd be a total of 5.
5. Okay.
Slightly ineffective, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm kind of disappointed in that. I got 4 more. It's fine.
So, you guys see as Finn kind of like he like chases his tail trying to like get something out of the satchel that's just attached to him. Like he like goes in circles a couple times and he manages to just grab what looks like a stick out of his bag and he grabs it, pulls it out, and it's got a blade at the end. It's a full-on javelin. And so you see he's to kind of reverse the dizziness that he just made. He just starts spinning in the other way and then just let go with the perfect timing. It flies straight at the Gongoozler and pierces him straight in the shoulder. And you see the Gongoozler just hiss in pain. And blah, 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 blah. With that, Mark is up next. I need to make note of the damage that you just did.
Hell yeah.
Finn is never without options. Ever.
Literally.
I love it.
Carmen's gonna give Finn a thumbs up.
Bro just pulled a sick
ass. I call that the wraparound. Wraparound yeet.
Wraparound.
God, it's gonna be a wraparound.
What's happening with my document? Everything's fine.
Together.
So it's now Marcus's turn, and he is going to.
I'm so in love with that man.
Marcus is going to take out his handmade bow and arrows that he has. He sharpened the arrows himself, and he takes out that arrow, he aims it, and he aims straight for the eyes. Let's go. And apparently that stick just wasn't straight enough. That arrow that he used, it kind of just wobbles and then falls into the water. And he looks at himself a little disappointed, and he's like,
"Oh,
glad I got more arrows." Well, shit. And Ember, you are next. You are now no longer feeling that fear, by the way. You kind of shake it off, and you're like, okay, I've seen shit, I've seen worse, and you feel rejuvenated.
Cool. Well, then I'm going to once more try to shoot him with my crossbow.
Sweet. Go fucking ahead and roll.
Oh! It's a 19.
Oh, yeah. And remember, your bolts now do, I think it's 1d8 now? Do you have that noted somewhere?
Let me pull it up. Remember, it was one dice up from
yeah, whatever you had before. I think it was originally a 1d6.
I don't even think I wrote that down.
That's a crossbow, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a hand crossbow. Okay, because it was a martial ranged. It's 1d6 piercing, so by itself.
Yeah, 1d8. Perfect. So roll for damage.
That's 20? What is that?
1d8.
No, that's the d8.
Yeah.
Oh. I was like, bitch, I don't know. Okay. Oh, yeah, you're right. It's a 1.
So, finally excited to use her new bolts and feeling rejuvenated after that weird spookage, she carefully aims her crossbow and fires it at the Gongoozler, and it pierces through one of his webbed hand-like phalanges. one of his orphages. It's you know, body part. And it goes straight through his hand, leaves a little hole. But apparently the Gongoozler doesn't have too many nerve endings there. It just like looks at his hand and is like, what the fuck? It doesn't actually make that noise, but it literally was.
It thinks that.
It thinks that. You just heard its thoughts. And then that leads us to Carmen. It's your turn.
Okay, so I'm going to. I know what I'm gonna do.
Throw your fireball.
DM, does the Gongoozler have like a stomach, esophagus kind of lining? Like, is it like do they have like a stomach and an esophagus?
Okay. Couple things. Sorry. I had to deal with dogs.
Ugh.
Carmen, you are fully able to approach this creature. You are fully allowed to run up to this thing and start stabbing.
I'm not
just
doing
letting
that.
you. No. I'm not saying you have to. I'm just letting you know. Instead of the idea of disarming yourself and attempt to do maybe a couple damage, I'm just letting you know you can approach this guy.
Okay.
Secondly, he does have some sort of
Anatomy.
Anatomy, where that would resemble an esophagus and stomach and stuff
I'm
like
gonna
that.
ask a question. So, would I be able to put water inside of it and drown it, or does it breathe underwater?
It's a aquatic creature. It does breathe underwater.
Even if it did create or destroy water, I believe doesn't apply to internal anatomy of creatures. Possibly.
Damn.
What if you
I
just
thought
like
outside the box on that one.
choked it with water?
Bro,
yeah, like
Unless you're a water bender, crit and destroy water is not gonna do that.
Earthbender here. Sorry.
Well, I'm literally half its size. I won't be able to stab it in where it needs it.
You could literally stabbing it anywhere
You
does
just start-
damage.
Hey, you just gotta go up to it and
Wait,
just go feral.
wait.
Just go.
no,
Wait, I
literally,
can
if you look at it, you could go fucking crazy.
Yeah,
I
just-
can throw fire.
Yeah, and I am a DM that's filled with creativity. There is rocks. Pick up a rock and chuck it. You can
That's
do
what I
that.
was thinking of doing.
Okay, what I'm gonna
Use
do
your
is
environment. Be creative. I already have planned if you ever threw a rock at somebody.
Yes. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I have my Bafloonga vines in my bag, and
She's gonna
I'm assuming
flee.
that they're flammable, so I'm gonna catch fire to them. I'm gonna make it into a little ball, so it's a flaming ball. I'm gonna chuck it at its eyeball.
That's interesting.
That-
That is not what I was expecting.
I was expecting a sling
gonna-
and like a rock thing.
I thought you were going to turn it into like a lasso and try to wrangle it.
Yeah, right. Me too.
Oh, that's what I meant actually. So I'm going to
I'd like to ask, how much vine did you cut? Because I need to know a distance. Please.
I don't know. I cut maybe I thought I cut a lot off. Did I not? I don't know. We didn't specify. I just have in my thing Bafloonga vines.
Okay, I'm gonna say
A medium. Medium amount.
the trees
Like
that you
medium
got
well.
the
I
vine,
was like, okay.
Well.
the trees that you
That's
got
the
the
one.
vines from, they grow up to, I'm gonna say 25 feet. You cut it at the highest you can reach, so you got about 15 feet of vine.
Not very much, but it's good enough.
But if you do intend to lasso this guy, it is long enough to create a sort of loop at the end and reach the Gongoozler from where you are standing.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tie the lasso, and I'm going to set fire to it, because I can. That's one of my cantrips. So I'm gonna do that. It's in a 30-foot radius, so I'm good. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna yeet and try to just wrangle it. Because it has a slim body.
Yes, it does. He has a very skinny, strangly body. So what do I want to do for your roll? You know what? Just roll a d20 right now.
It also says a d8 of damage, so.
I will get to that.
16, 17, 19.
What are you adding?
3, my wisdom, or do you just not on it?
Add your strength if you have it.
Oh, okay. 15.
Okay. Perfect. You're still good in the clear. So, this small gnome has a genius plan. You guys watch her take out these vines, quickly tie it into what seems to be a sort of loop, kind of lasso-looking knot, and chucks that end, holding on to that long rope end part, and it just makes it over the Gongoozler and goes over its body and begins doing fire damage, which we'll determine here in a second. However, you do a little pull on it, and it is now completely encasing the Gongoozler, also currently restraining its arms. Marcus, who is standing right next to you, also grabs a hold of these vines and makes sure they are tight. And you see the Gongoozler is just, it can't move its arms. It starts just jerking, and it begins burning from the flames. And
Marcus is the cowboy.
Literally.
Marcus is the cowboy.
Roll your fire damage. Roll for
Fire
that
damage,
fire
that's a
damage.
d8. Okay.
Yes, roll that.
A d8. All right. It's a 2.
A 2. That's something.
Hey, two is still 2. Better than none.
2 is a 2.
So it's just writhing, and you see like burn marks kind of forming on its skin, and it's kind of flopping and trying to, it's like pulling against you guys. The Gongoozler is going to, oh my god, critical roll apparently. The Gongoozler is going to begin trying to escape your guys' grasp. It's going to kind of pull itself under the water. Both you and Marcus kind of get jerked as the Gongoozler dips itself into the water. It is no longer taking any fire damage. As the vines are doused, it is pulling against you as if you guys just wrangled in a giant fish, and it is pulling hard. I'm going to need you to do a strength roll right now, Conan.
My strength is -1.
Don't worry, Marcus is also holding on, so he's going to be trying to help.
Okay. That d20?
Yes.
16.
Oh, thank God for you guys. So both of you guys plant yourself solid, and you guys hold your ground. It is pulling with all of its might, and because of the way you tied the knot, it is restricting more and more as you pull. So the Gongoozler is going to take some damage from the vines.
Ooh, my character says that.
And then, the Gongoozler, seeing that it is not escaping, quickly turns around and starts charging at the two of you, baring its teeth. You have it now kind of leashed, but it can still come towards you. It's going to slash at Marcus, and it's going to completely fail its attempt with its arm still wrangled. It did try to scratch him, but it failed. And then it also tries to get you, Carmen, and also fails. It realizes that probably it should have tried biting you instead of slashing you, but it's too late for it to do anything about it. Finn, you are up. You are no longer afraid through all of this. It is worn off because the threat seems to be
negated a little bit.
Yes, it's kind of contained. The Gongoozler is now 5 feet away from you lot. Well, yeah, about 5 feet away from you and Ember, as it is currently like right next to Marcus and Carmen.
Cool.
So go ahead.
Perfect. Since I'm no longer afraid, I will not be afraid. I'm gonna charge up and then just go
Goes
ham.
back to slashing.
Right, it's slashing time.
It's slashing time, boys.
17.
Let's go. Roll for damage, bro.
Can I feel invigorated by my lack of fear and add my strength to it?
No.
Ow! Okay. 3.
Okay, so
I'm changing
Finn,
out this die. I'm gonna get a different die.
Finn, you leap into the water and run up to this tied up Gongoozler, and you just slash at the closest body part you can find, kind of where its flesh and fin kind of meet, right at that kind of overlap. And you just slash at it, cutting through its exposed skin and causing it to begin bleeding like a green ooze. It's thick and like slow, but you can see that you've damaged it. It screams and writhes as Mark goes ahead with it right up next to it and tries to fucking stab it with his sharpened pocket knife that he has, the same one that he used to make his bow and arrow.
Hopefully this one's straighter than the bow and arrow.
It's way straighter and way sharper. He goes to slash, and he completely misses, almost letting go of the rope, but he focuses on holding on rather than doing damage at that moment, so there's no issues there. But he does fail at doing some damage. Ember, you are up.
Okay. So I'm gonna. How close am I to it?
5 feet.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna run.
Just need to wade in a little bit.
Okay, I'm gonna run. I'm gonna take out my my longsword, and I'm just gonna fucking run at it. I'm gonna jump up, and I'm just gonna try to slice at his neck, just fucking chop his head off.
Okay, so roll. Go ahead.
14.
14. Nice. So roll damage. I don't know what your longsword is, but hopefully you do. Okay.
8d8. Okay.
Perfect.
2.
Bro's just not taking
Did you say
damage.
2? Is that what you?
2.
Bro's not taking damage very well.
Oh, you guys are just chipping away at its health. So Ember, you charge up, and you jump and take your sword and slash as hard as you can, and it like flinches as you leave that mark, and that green ooze forms at that mark. It's not a deep cut, but you do get some damage in there. It's definitely getting more and more wounds by the second. Carmen, I'm going to have you do
Sorry.
2 things.
Okay.
One of them is do a d20 roll to check on your strength / grip on that rope.
Okay, do I still do the -1 for the strength?
Yes.
Did it? 15.
Perfect. So you still have a solid grip on the rope. The Gongoozler is still struggling, but you still have a hold of it and it's still close up to you. Go ahead and tell me what you're going to do, what your action will be. It's within attacking range if that's what you're going to
Okay,
ask.
I'm gonna go up to it, take out my dagger, and jump and go.
Damn.
I will say you'll probably have only one hand swing instead of a 2-hand because you're holding onto the rope.
Lasso. Yeah, I'm just going to. I'm gonna pull on that, and I'm not gonna go for the face actually because the teeth are there. So
Fair enough.
I'm just gonna stab its belly like all over, like in multiple areas. Just.
All right, go ahead and roll.
Okay, my d20.
Yes.
+3 for my wisdom.
No, there's no pluses on this one.
Okay, then a 10.
A 10. So you go up, you pull just enough to get it a little bit closer to you, and then you just start going ham, and you are like, you're just out of reach where your hand is like bumping, like your blade is like bumping into its skin, but it is not quite piercing it. You're so close. It's like you feel it. You feel the friction on it, and it's just not quite piercing. It's skin / scales, so you don't do any damage. However, the Gongoozler is going to slither away. You guys still have it on its leash, so it cannot go far, but it swims about 5 extra feet away from you guys. And it turns to face you, and just with its 2 bloodied scars, it hisses, and you hear that noise again utter from its lips. I need you all to roll a DC 15 wisdom throw.
Don't let me down,
And
guys.
I add
switched
my
to you.
wisdom modifier.
Yes, and Ember,
15.
Ember,
15.
you are now still rolling with a DC of 8 instead of 15. And what'd you say, Finn?
15.
15? Oh, nice. You guys are both perfectly on the mark.
I'm so stressed. I rolled a 14, but I have +1 on the wisdom, and I was like,
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
I rolled a 13. I rolled a 12 and have a +3, so.
Nice.
man, I'm just
You're rolling
rolling.
a wisdom throw, Ember.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
18.
18. Okay. All of you are tired of its shit and don't feel affected. Except one of you. You see Marcus
Marcus.
kind of begin sweating. He kind of reaches up to his where he got bit, and he kind of like grasps it a little bit, and he just begins breathing heavily, and just he starts sounding like this, just
Marcus,
and
no.
you see sweat kind of forming on his head there, and Carmen, I'm gonna need you to roll another strength roll as you feel Marcus's grip is loosening.
Marcus, no.
I will never forgive you if Marcus dies.
15.
15. All right, you have a steady grip on it, but you feel, with every tug of the Gongoozler, you feel your feet kind of slide and move under the water. You feel like you have a grip on him, but you do not feel steady as you did with Marcus helping. And, Finn, you are up.
Can I ask for one of them to help me?
Not until it is your turn.
Fucking balls. Okay.
And
Shit.
since I can't say that I hear that just because she hasn't said
If
it.
you wanted to make a perception check to see and notice this loosening, you may. But it is a sort of distraction.
I don't want to use that as my turn. I'd rather just attack it
Yeah.
direct. All right, I'm gonna go up and just, since it went a little farther away, I'm just gonna take a couple steps forward and then just like
Go back to slashing?
yo, it's slashing
Perfect.
time.
I do
Yeah.
love it when you say it's slashing time.
It's slashing time. All right.
Yeah. Oh no.
20.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was a 1 when you made that face, and I was kind of
It'll be
afraid for you.
2.
But a nat 20, let's go. You kind of snarl your teeth, you growl as you grip your sword between your teeth, and you charge up to this Gongoozler, and you kind of like, if you think about it in like an anime moment, where like you run and like there's that flash of light and the character who has the sword is now behind, and there, there's just that shing, that sound effect, and like
I'm
that,
freaking
like an
lightning
moment.
bolt.
Like literally, you charge up, you do a slash straight to him, and roll for that damage and make it double.
Double or nothing. I'm just not gonna be nothing.
Watch it be a 1, so it's just 2.
I would literally cry. Come on, 8 or bust.
Oh, I
It's
thought
8 or
I
bust.
thought you rolled a 1 at the moment.
I know.
6. So multiply what is that? This double damage you said, right? Or is
That's
it?
12, yeah.
Oh,
Ah.
Let's go. Got
Ah.
some damage going here, boys.
yeah.
Whew, man, that was. I was stressing hard.
All right. So, like I said, you do that slash, and
I just.
it's still, its arms are still tied in that lasso. It flinches hard. It like bends its body, and you made a solid gash in its side.
Freaking stick it right in there. Just.
Literally. And Carmen, it is your turn. Oh no, it's
Okay.
not. It's Ember's turn. I'm sorry.
Oh, my
Oh wait,
turn.
it's Mark's
Wow.
turn. Sorry, guys.
Mark, I thought it was my turn.
No, it's Marcus's turn. Sorry. After Finn is Marcus. You guys,
Wait,
Oh,
Marcus
look at
rolled
Marcus.
lower on initiative than I did. That's kind of sad.
Marcus rolled a 1 on initiative.
Bro is just never gonna go.
Right.
Literally. So Marcus is. You guys all kind of see him, except for Finn. You're out next to the Gongoozler. You just finished slashing, but the rest of the party just sees Marcus does not look too good. He's just breathing really heavily at this moment. And he's sort of like grunts and yells at the same time. He just goes, and he goes to just attack. You don't know what exactly he's attacking because he's not up against the Gongoozler. He's just starts kind of swinging in front of him. You can't tell if the fear is giving him a hallucination, but he makes a just punch to the air. And Carmen, what's your AC again?
What does that mean?
Armor
Armor
class.
Armor class, yes.
13.
Okay, so you get elbowed straight to the chest. Do a quick roll 20 to see how much your grip stays on that rope. Marcus is completely let go of the rope, and Ember, what's your AC?
14.
Okay.
Also, I got an 18.
Okay, perfect. You still have a great grip. Man, your rolls are really keeping you and the Gongoozler on a leash right now.
Literally, if Carmen is carrying this freaking Gongoozler.
You're literally, that lasso thing is doing you justice. But you do take 3 points of damage from Marcus's wailing. And Ember, you also kind of get hit in his random crossfire. You don't take any damage, but you get pushed back and kind of shoved backwards from his sporadic movements. And yeah, Marcus doesn't feel too good. Now it's Ember's turn.
Oh, okay. So once again, I'm gonna take my longsword and again just try to slash his throat.
Perfect. So you're gonna approach the Gongoozler. All right, roll at d20.
10.
So you go up to this Gongoozler guy,
And he does a little wiggle.
As the Gongoozler is still kind of wincing in pain from Finn's slice, it just kind of jolts at the perfect time, and your swing whiffs, and you do not hit. Carmen, you are up. You are fully allowed to ask for help as well as do something at this moment. But I will say you are currently at a distance where the Gongoozler is over there. You can't just go up and knife it unless you wanted to swim further away because you are holding the leash.
Okay, so I've only used one of my spell slots because the produce flame was a cantrip. So
Correct.
One of mine is entangle with nature nearby. I have a Bafloonga vine. Can I further entangle him with the Bafloonga vine by using my thing? So really squeeze him till he pops.
That is so awesome, and I love that. And yes, you completely can. And depending on your D20 roll right now, I can do some really fun stuff with this. So please do a good roll.
Is it plus my 3?
Plus your wisdom, yes.
13.
13? Perfect. So, you kind of plant yourself. You've had that strong grip this entire time, and you kind of you take in that training that you had with what's her face that I'm not gonna pull up the name of. Silvaria, thank you. You take in that training. You kind of deep breathe. You focus on the water that's crashing into you, the sounds of the woods and the forest around you, and you feel its strength pouring into these vines, and it kind of glows at your hands. And you, Finn and Ember, since you were right next to the Gongoozler, you see the vines sort of sprout more vines from itself and start wrapping around in multiple layers, and you just see it kind of grow and shape around itself. Now, whenever I ask you to do a strength check, it's going to be +1 instead of -1 because your plants have a strong ass grip on the Gongoozler right now.
Just got vined.
For real. If you rolled higher, I was gonna have water plants also grab him, but it wasn't quite high enough.
Ooh, that would have been cool.
Okay. He would have been pinned down more, especially if that happened. But dude, now
He just got vined.
The Gongoozler's arms are complete, like, it can't move its arms at all. It can barely move its torso. It mostly can move its head and, like, its lower waist. It can bend down and do that sort of thing. But it is very restrained at this moment in time. Did you ask for help with the vines, or did you not because of the vines you just used?
I didn't.
Okay.
I got this.
Perfect. Man, for such a like one of the literal smallest members of the party, bro is planted right now. Get it? Plant. Anyway, that was awful. You can now fire me as your DM because I hated that.
No, it's fine. It's great.
Out of here.
Anyway. So, bro is struggling. He is not happy whatsoever. The Gongoozler is gonna try to attack the two lovely human beings. Well, not really human, but dog and half-elf that are next to him. And he wiggles and moves and like tries to do something. He bares his teeth and he manages to get himself in a position where he straight up chomps on Amber, and it pierces your armor just enough to do some damage. And you take a solid 1 point of damage.
You feel the rage.
Fuck yeah.
But you know, he's trying his best for having very little attack movement. You guys are restraining most of his abilities.
I
With
am restraining
that
most of his abilities.
Yeah. You right.
You're right.
And now, Finn, you are up.
I will continue to slash.
Awesome.
Because
Go for it.
slashing. Because it's slashing time. 16. Yeah, 16.
Nice, that hits. Roll for damage.
And I got my high rolling die here too. Just kidding, it's a 1. It's a 1.
Right.
That's fine.
So after that last wumpus that you got on him before, you kind of turn around from that slash and just like, you know, flip towards him, and in doing so, you poke him and you do a little damage just with that quick turn. And who's after Finn? It's Mark, and Mark still does not look that good.
Okay, we should probably focus on him for a second, but like.
Oh no, he's fine. He's fine.
He yelled at me.
After flailing that last round, he kind of collected himself a little bit. He's breathing really heavily and really loudly. He's all like hunched over, and like his hands are kind of dipping into the water a little bit, and he's just breathing heavily, and he's like looking back and forth, like, and he's the sweat down his face has moved down. It's like soaking parts of his collar, and like you can see armpit stains. Like he just does not look okay. His white shirt is getting darker with the wet that's coming from his body, and he turns and looks directly at Carmen.
Hell no.
And
what was that?
And he like quickly like steps back and flinches, and then he moves closer and swiftly goes to punch you in the face. Your AC is 12, right?
13.
13, okay. He quickly goes to punch you and like just punches the air in front of you and then goes to punch you again.
I'm gonna say, dog, I'm a child.
And this time he succeeds and clocks you right in the shoulder for a solid 3 points of damage. And then he's going to turn around, looking at the Gongoozler, Ember,
Guys, I'm
and
almost
Finn.
dead.
You're almost dead.
I have 4 more things until I'm dead.
Did you-
So.
Well, she's only been taking damage from Marcus so far,
Yeah.
which is concerning.
I got
But
you.
then Marcus turns and almost like, not really crab walks, but he like, approaches the Gongoozler, Ember, and Finn, and just like keeps his distance enough where he's not close to the Gongoozler, but you look into his eyes and they look crazed. He looks like he's lost a part of himself in that moment.
Is holy shit.
And now it is Ember's turn.
Wait. So he is mad at us now?
He's crab walking at you. Is what it is.
He was kind of strutting over to you guys, and he's like keeping his distance. He's like literally equidistant from Carmen and you as a grouping. He's like right in the middle, and he's just kind of looking at you guys.
What kind of look?
He's just looking.
You see
Now
him like the
I've got
side
two
eye?
enemies.
I don't even know what I should do. I don't.
I, as the DM, will say he is afraid. He's in that afraid state. It will probably wear off. You might be fine. I would say focus on the Gongoozler. That is the main threat right now.
Dude, he's almost killed me.
Unless Ember has healing powers, I don't think Ember should worry about Marcus or Carmen and focus on the Gongoozler.
Don't worry,
Okay.
I got you next. Don't worry, I got you. I got a couple more points of laying out of hands.
Well
But-
then,
As the DM, I will advise that, but you can take whatever actions you'd like.
I'm gonna go for the Gongoozler. I'm gonna again, for the 3rd time, try to slice his head off. Okay.
I will say, just letting you as a player know, the amount of damage that you can do, even with a critical 20 and a critical 8, you cannot slice his head off.
Can I then?
Not in the state that he's in, but you can keep hacking away at his neck. I'm just letting you know, he is not low health enough to lose his head yet.
We've been fighting him for an hour, just to let you know. Okay.
I'm fully aware, but you also have been rolling 2s on your damage. He has
I'm gonna.
way more health than you guys been given damage so far.
Then I'm just gonna like.
You can go for his neck. I'm just letting you know, the goal of cutting his head off will not succeed for a while.
I'm gonna just take my sword and just kind of like go crazy, like with this there. You just stab.
Do a jab up high.
I'm gonna try to go for like whatever. I'll just stab him.
Go ahead.
18.
Nice.
Yeah.
Roll for damage. Your D8.
6.
Nice. All right. So Ember, you pull out that sword. You go like straight above the vines, so you don't cut any of them, and you make a solid like 3-inch pierce, just like straight into his chest, and he lurches in pain, still barely able to move, but he is not happy about the damage that
We
he
just gotta
used.
keep poking him with sticks until he dies.
For
That's
real.
literally
We need to go
how D&D goes.
Like literally, like whatever. If it gets to the point, I will like shove like a paw like into one of those wounds and then just start like grabbing
There you
stuff
go.
if I have to.
There you go.
Like,
And party, I do want to let you know, because Ember did bring up the fact that you've been fighting him for a while. You guys have done a total of 36 damage. And you have not done half his health. I will let you know, the Gongoozler character sheet that I happened to find online when I was creating the character had Gongoozler as a much harder enemy than you
figured.
guys are facing. I have nerfed him from what was found. So you guys have just been doing some low hits.
so out of
Hey,
curiosity,
there's a character sheet?
I have found a Gongoozler
Homebrew.
character sheet. I will share it with you guys after the fight and the camp, like the session is over. But I did legitimately find one as I was like looking up Gongoozler information. I'm like, what's the Gongoozler like? And I found his stat block and everything. I was like, hey, yo!
so just out of like kind of curiosity, like just like a little short bit, like what was the original health of the Gongoozler? Was it in like the triple digits?
Yes.
Like, I mean, like that could almost be because if we haven't done half of his health, that technically now he could.
The original hit points was 165 or 22d8 plus 66.
So minimum 66.
Minimum 66, yeah. A minimum of, if you do one on each of those
I guess
d8s, so 22 plus 66, a minimum of 88. And by the way, I did roll for his health, so...
Did you roll high for his health currently?
Not high. It could have been higher.
So I'm trying to get some. I'm not gonna. This is me being kind of like prying, cause like I'm like calculating, crunching numbers. I'm like, it's not this high. If I was Jam, it'd probably be about this. Okay. Anyways, whose turn is it?
Kylie is getting very impatient. Ooh,
Well, Kylie needs to learn patience.
I never have patience.
That's why you need to learn it.
Having a good time.
Oof.
Carmen, you're up next, I believe, because Ember just went.
Wait, does Finn?
Finn goes after the Gongoozy, so...
Oh, okay.
The Gongoozy tries to Gongoozy, and he gets
Yeah, 'cause
Gongoozled by me afterwards.
Finn did his big slash and then turned around and did a quick poke. Marcus punched you, and then Ember did her stab. So it is now Carmen's turn.
I still have my hold on the thing. Do you think
Yes.
I can also use Druidcraft? Because I want to make Marcus not be such a little anxious little dog.
Wow.
It's a sensory illusion, so I want to like make
I
his
remember.
ears. I want to make his ears fill with like just like warm noise, and his like just to be like, you know, when you're so calm, you're just like you're basking in the sunlight. You're just like, I want it to feel like that for him.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
Roll a d20 with wisdom.
20,
Nice.
23, baby.
Wow, this is kind of a pointless roll. Whappy! So you send out that kind of white noise, calming beach sounds, you know, your favorite going to sleep YouTube video. You kind of
It's
feel
Markiplier
his,
Uno.
you feel Marcus's head with
Markiplier ASMR.
with Wade screaming. That's the peaceful noise filling his head right now. And Marcus's composure immediately changes. He stands back up straight and he's like, oh, he immediately comes full back to himself, and with the noise, he immediately is like, okay, I'm sure that one of these party members is filling my head. This is nice. I'm back. I'm good. You know, you just
Lock
see
in,
him.
Marcus. Lock in.
You see him fully lock in that moment.
Dude, I'm OP.
Carmen
today.
is carrying.
Because
battle.
of that 23 technically, Marcus is going to get an extra turn, and that turn is going to be right now. And he's going to get some advantage, and he's going to wail on that Gongoozler. So, good thing he's got advantage, because that was a bad roll. There we go! All right, so
There's
Marcus...
no way he rolls bad twice in a row.
Marcus is going to pull out his heftiest weapon that he has. He pulls out a hatchet used for, chopping wood. It is a sharp blade. He takes good care of his wood cutting materials. And he...
Gotta love a man who takes care of his wood cutting materials.
Oh yeah, and he's definitely a man that takes care of his wood.
Oh, that's so hot.
It was the process of like throwing some sticks around, Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's wholesome. It's wholesome. It's wholesome.
Yeah.
It's wholesome. It's wholesome.
Oh,
It's wholesome.
Just
Kylie,
like
there
Finn,
are minors here.
Finn takes good care of his wood. Finn takes good care of his wood. He loves his sticks. All right, everyone's here apart here.
What about his logs? Does he take good care of his logs?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Marcus takes great care of his logs. He wants good campfires.
He
for
takes
the
good
kids.
care of the forest in that
For the
aspect.
kids. For the kids.
For the
kids. For the kids. So, Marcus is gonna roll for damage, and he's going to do a solid hack right into his shoulder, and it's gonna be the same shoulder that I believe Ember had shot a piercing bolt into, and that thin piece of flesh is going to be sliced clean off by his hatchet. And because of the vines, his now detached arm is still, like, up against his body because the vines are just still holding it. But that limb is no longer attached, and
Guys, we are killing it. Like, literally.
That's the plan. That's the plan. Believe it or not, that's the plan.
And now it is the Gongoozler's turn. And man, this poor Gongoozler. Okay. And okay. What was your AC, Finn? It's 15?
16.
16. Man, there's so many numbers I try to remember.
It's all good. I will remind you as many times as you need.
Alright, so Gongoozler is not happy. Now that he's functionally figured out how to bite someone by doing that one small bite to Ember, he's going to chomp as hard as he goddamn can straight onto Marcus and Finn. In doing so, he will do... God damn it. 1 point of damage to Finn and 3 points of damage to Marcus.
I'm just beefy like that. I forgot that freaking. Yeah, I got. Don't worry, I got you. I forgot last turn because I got excited about slashing.
And after doing these bites, the Gongoozler is going to pull on those vines. I need you to do a strength roll real quick. And it's +1, remember now.
20. 20.
Is that with the +1?
Yeah.
So dirty 20.
So dirty 20. Oh my god.
Dude, what the fuck is happening?
Dude, Carmen is
Dude,
carrying this fight.
Shout out to Coffee and Comics. These dice have literally saved me. They're tiny.
All right. So you pull and you pull and he pulls, and one of you is apparently pulling way harder. And the Gongoozler is gonna take some damage from those vines just wrapping so tightly around him.
I really want it to pop and its eyeballs to like bulge out and explode.
Yeah, so that one arm, by the way, speaking of bulging, that one arm that's like not. Kylie, stop.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I hope you realize that for the edit of this video, I'm gonna zoom in on you doing that.
That's okay.
Speaking of bulging, that arm that was, is clean off now, is literally being sliced to bits from those vines, and that limb being no longer attached, and just chunks of arms just fall into the water.
Dude,
next to you
those
guys.
Bafloonga vines? I love Bafloonga vines. I heard
Literally. So bro is really feeling it, possibly more than halfway dead. Who's after Gongoose? It's Finn!
I'm gonna notice that Carmen is just not doing so hot.
Carmen's just straight up standing there with feet planted, arms tight on those vines, but it's just bruised.
Just
like beat up.
it's just not doing so. I'm gonna slowly back up away from the Gongoozler. I mean, I'm not gonna worry about opportunity attacks because I'm not really running away. Also because they're restrained, and I'm just gonna.
Oh yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll just hop on over there.
I realized that last time that we fought something, I turned around to go heal someone, and I realized afterwards I was like, oh wait, that could have been an opportunity attack. And that would have been
You were
oof.
fine at the moment.
But I was like, yeah, whatever. Anyways, I'm gonna go up to Carmen, and I'm gonna lay upon her, and I'm gonna give her 5 points of healing.
Nice.
7, 8.
Thank you so much.
Okay, sweet. I'm just calculating how much healing I have left. Sweet. So yeah,
Sweet.
Yep, that's it. I can't. I mean, I don't have a bonus action or anything, so like. I can't.
No, you're good. I'm sure everyone here appreciates those heals. So you go up and you like plop your sword down, like you drop it like a stick in front of Carmen, and it splooshes, and then you kind of just like lick, give a couple licks to Carmen,
Salty.
and then you they are a little salty, but you feel your bruises fade, and then he sticks his head under the water to get his sword back, and so you see bubbles form from his nose when he sticks his head under the water, and then he pulls out his sword.
I gotta blow bubbles, otherwise I'll get water in my nose.
Exactly.
I'm gonna pet Finn. I'm
Wait,
gonna give...
your hands are on the vines. You can't do that. And if you want to let go of them,
Never mind. I'm gonna.
you can
pet.
appreciate from a distance, mentally
Yeah,
pet.
I'm gonna use my druidcraft to make the illusion that I'm petting him.
That's a turn though.
No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I could do stuff with that if you really wanted to.
I mean, it'll give me an extra turn. I could freaking eat him if you did a good roll, but I don't know if it'll be that good of a. I don't know if it'll be a 20.
Alright. So Mark is now up. He is still fully engaged with the Gongoozler, and he pulls out his. He has a cooldown on his hatchet attack, which I need to roll for. How long of a cooldown does he have? Oh, that sucks. Anyway. He pulls out his sharp pocket knife and just starts slashing, and he does. What's the damage? He does a solid 3 points of damage with his little bitty knife. He goes sling, 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 and each one does 1 point of damage. I'm saying that because he rolled a 1, but he has a modifier, so he literally just did 1 point of damage for each slice. And now after Mark, we have Amberus.
Nice. Okay, so again, I'm just gonna take the sword and just do a crazy,
Do a crazy. Go for it, dude. Roll a crazy.
I'm gonna roll a crazy right here.
Roll a crazy right now.
It's a 6.
That's so crazy.
You rolled a little too crazy.
Yeah, you were a little too crazy. And you stab, and you accidentally stab into one of the vines. It doesn't pierce the vine or anything. It just gets like stuck in it for a second, and you pull it out, but it doesn't end up doing damage to the Goozy himself.
Goozalicious.
The Goozalicious. Carmen, you are up. Finn is next to you, and you're kind of still holding on. You guys with this damn leash have taken away so much of the Gongoozler's special abilities. He literally has like a trademark ability that he's not been able to use because of what you've done.
Good.
And he keeps rolling poorly when trying to escape, and your strength has been insane! Anyway.
Power of the vines!
Literally.
You know what? I can. It's my cantrip. I'm holding onto the thing, and I'm going to bring in all of my energy into the vine, and I'm going to set it on fire. So the fire is going to travel up and encase the Gongoozler.
I was waiting for this moment to happen.
I was too.
I was literally, ever since you did it the first time by setting it on fire when you lassoed it, I've been waiting for this moment.
And then even when they grew more, I was like, dude, it's gonna be this goozle is gonna get goozled.
He's getting goozled.
Like, bro,
he's gonna be a goner.
A Gongoozler.
The goozler's gonna get goned.
You right?
Yeah, you right. You right.
Okay. So, as this is a cantrip, you don't even have to worry too much. You do your focus, you put that energy into it, and you see, this time instead of a green light, you see a bright red light emit from her hands and kind of travel up the vine, and in an instant, whoosh, this Gongoozler is set into a very large flame, and it begins screaming and hissing and begins taking a lot more damage than with the regular cantrip points. He takes 6 damage, and then takes 6 damage, and then takes 5 damage. So he goes and takes a solid, what was
17.
17 points of damage from that flame. And holy shit. 17 is gonna be a carry the 1, and then okay.
Multiplied by 2.
Yeah. Where's the little
divide,
slidey click click click,
the divide by 0, and then
slide them all over and
plus or minus the square root of opposite b plus
What?
Anyway,
velocity of an unladen sparrow kind of deal.
Negative b plus or minus the square root.
thanks for the reference. Thank you for the
2b
reference.
minus 4ac over 2a.
I only know y equals mx plus b. Man, that's all I know.
T1 plus T2 over V1
carry
plus
the
V2.
squared, and then you take the derivative.
Sine alpha plus b beta equals sine alpha cosine beta plus cosine alpha sine beta.
Exactly, and then you do a squared plus b squared to make it c squared, and then you divide by the perimeter of the circumference of the cylinder, and then yeah, he is not happy. He is very burned, and he is still currently on fire. The Gongoozler is going to
Me right now. Yeah. Literally me right now.
The Gongoozy is going to writher and writhe. I will say the one thing about the vines being bursting into flames is that the longer they're on flames, the weaker they will get. Until they burn away. This being said, the Gongoozler is going to react very poorly to being burned alive, and it's going to do anything it can and fail. Fail. And still fail. Oh my god. So it withers, it writhes, it does everything but dies. And those vines are apparently strong as shit. God fucking damn it. As the Gongoozler is withering and writhing, can you do a strength roll real quick?
Me?
Miss Strong Key Pants, yes. For the sake of the Gongoozler, roll low, god damn it.
8. I got an 8.
With the +1?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Wait, for the sake of the no, we don't want it to be for the sake of the Gongoozler.
No.
What are you talking about?
I'm the Gongoozler right now. I want to be saved. I've taken so much damage and not been able to deal so much. This is like a boss, bro. It's like your first boss.
Yeah, I don't think you felt any damage.
He's strong. He's strong.
He's done some damage. But anyway, with the vines weakened and Carmen being apparently more focused on the flames than the strength, she finally lets loose of the vines, and the Gongoozler splashes into the water, dousing its flames, and quickly disappears into the water. None of you guys have eyes on the Gongoozler at this very moment. But, Finn, you guys are still in combat. It is your turn. You don't have to take this moment to attack. You have nothing that you can visually attack. You can make an action. You can discuss with your party, but right now, none of you have visual on the Gongoozler. And all the last you saw was the end of the vine dip into the water as it was pulled along.
I'm gonna use Divine Sense. So, it's obviously part of my action. It's 60 feet in any direction, all possible directions. And
tell me its specifics again.
So it is knowing all forces of evil and good, and pretty much the location of within that area. I kind of perceived the Gongoozler to be quite evil based off of its attacks and behavior. Because he sounds like he's evil as well. He sounds like he's a bad boy.
So you focus in on the water, you and you just close your eyes and you reach out with your divine sense, and you get 2 pings of darkness and evil. One of them seems to be in front of you and down by about 40 feet, moving sporadically in different directions. And one of them is directly next to you. The strongest ping is the one far deep in the water in front of you. There is only the lightest uncomfortable feeling from directly to your
He's
right.
a bad boy.
Marcus.
Yo, I'm okay with that.
Marcus's turn is here. He.
Hey, during that action, I just wanted to because along with the Divine Sense. So obviously you said that I noticed them moving sporadically, right? Like the one that's down deep.
Mm-hmm.
What do I notice that the other one next to me is doing?
not moving at the moment.
Just chilling and just looking around, or just.
It is just right next to you. And as Marcus turns to you guys, you feel the darkness turn and move. Marcus
Okay, now we go.
Speaks to you guys. He goes, "This isn't over yet. I'm sure it's trying to untangle itself from the vines. Stand guard, everyone. Keep your eyes peeled. We got this. I have a feeling it's almost up." And he turns and faces Carmen, and he goes, I'm both sorry and appreciative towards you. I don't know what was happening in that moment, but I did not feel myself. I do apologize for any damage that I've done to you or your friends, but I am good now. I will be all right. And thank you for pulling me out of that in the way you did.
Of course, man. You really gave me a talking to earlier, so I feel like I should just, yeah. Don't do that again, man. You almost, ooh, my face bruised forever.
I am sorry about that. And, I'm not too proficient in healing. I do know my first aid. As soon as we dry off and I can properly inspect you, I will help in any way that I can.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. So,
Ember?
I have a question before this. I have a question. Have you, has this being ever come up before in your camp area? Because, I mean, the lake's right here and camp's right there. Nothing?
No, never. We had an old campfire tale of a creature that would swim around and grab children by the toes and pull them and drown them, and it was a whole fantasy, and the whole joke was they'd get their toes nibbled on and stuff like that. I did not expect it to come to fruition. It felt like I don't know if you've heard of like a
Wiki feet. Sorry.
That is no risk. I was trying to think of like a cryptid that would be something that would not make sense in this world of a creature that already exists.
The Hat Man.
Oh no, I came up with one. It was kind of like that tall tale of the Penis Man. I don't know if you ever heard of that. Me and my
what?
The Penis Man. He was a tall tale from that pirates and sailors would speak about of a man that either looks like a giant dick or just is just a normal man, but his mark was a dick. I don't know the details, but I remember in my youth hanging out with some pals, and they talked about the tale of the Penis Man, and it was a interesting one. But it was like that, a tall tale of the Gongoozler was just a tall tale. I didn't think it would exist. I hope the Penis Man doesn't exist. That'd be terrifying. All of its girth.
I'm sure Ember over here would love to see that.
I mean, I wouldn't complain.
Oh my god. Marcus chuckles to himself, and he's like, is everyone here adults? Then he chuckles to himself, and he's like, some people call me the Penis Man. And he stands all high and tall, and
I'm looking.
and he's like, so am I, and he looks down at himself. And while you guys are having this very lighthearted, weird talk, Finn, can you roll a perception check?
Yes. Also, I will also say for while this was happening, we moved on before I was able to tell anyone anything about my divine sense. Just
I know.
so y'all know. No, just for the other parties, like just so y'all know. And then also, I never stop taking my eyes off the water.
Mhm.
Perception.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm listening, but like, okay, what's my perception? Okay, +3 proficiency.
You guys like kind of noticed while you were talking that Finn's ears were like perked and like facing you guys, but like
they're perked.
Yeah.
They're perked up. I rolled
They're
a 22.
damn nice. You see what seems to be the most perfect stick floating in the water, like 10 feet in. You will have to swim
Don't
if
do
you
it.
get it, but you have every urge in your body, no matter what the circumstances. If you need this stick now,
I'm gonna grab that stick.
Don't do it.
you're going to grab that stick.
Don't do it.
I am grabbing that damn stick.
No.
My
you-
stick.
You notice this stick floating in the water, and your ears no longer are focused on the party. They perk up, look forward, your tail starts wagging more than it has ever in your entire life. You've prepared for a stick this perfect, and it's like perfectly floatable. It fits, you can tell it will perfectly fit in your mouth, and you charge for it.
I'm going for that stick.
What's your speed again?
35.
And
35?
while he's running, I'm just be like, no, stop.
Too
I'm just
late.
yelling.
Too late. You cannot convince me. I'm getting that stick.
Finn
You can never take the stick away from
I
the
will
dog.
doggy paddle all the way there if I have to.
does not hear you at all.
Doesn't matter. I want the stick.
He is swimming. He gets weighed down by his fur, the wet, and his armor. So he's no longer walking at that fast 35 pace.
It's rough terrain.
Yeah, he's swimming and weighed down by his wet, matted fur, and he's still going pretty fast. He's probably swimming at 15 to 20, I'd say. And, you know, it's like just his head is sticking out. You know, the classic doggy paddle. He's going for it. You do see, like, his tail's, like, almost acting like a rudder behind him. It's just swishing the water behind him. And he gets to that stick. And he puts that in his mouth, and he was right. It fits perfect. You like lift it up out of the water, even though it's all waterlogged. It's like the perfect weight. You like bite into it, your teeth feel that nice chewable texture, and you like, this is the best day of my entire life. And you begin swimming back to the shore. You make it back to the party, and you just show everyone this awesome stick that you just got.
Like my
That's
stick.
a cool stick, man.
Nope.
Don't.
It's not a cool stick. It is the perfect stick.
Do you know what's in there? That giant thing that we just wrangled?
Yeah.
I do know it's.
Guys.
I do know what's in
Don't
there. It's that
see.
stick. It's the stick. The
Do that.
things.
One more time, and I'll chop your
it's-
head off.
You don't understand. You don't understand.
Understand?
You don't understand. Actually, the thing is you know what I didn't say is I know exactly where that thing was. I know exactly where it is.
Okay.
I won't tell him that like a
Okay.
second. I don't know now.
Okay.
I knew it like 10
Still.
seconds ago, but like like it's
Wait,
quite different now.
How, though?
I used divine sense and I sensed it, and while y'all were talking about the penis man, I was sensing where it was in the water.
And I need all of you to roll a perception check.
Sweet.
A D20?
Yes.
Yep.
Is that plus modifier or no?
Oh, yes.
That's plus, what is the modifier again?
No, the modifiers gonna be different per person.
Okay, I got a 19.
19. Is that including the modifier?
Mm-hmm.
I got a 5.
Perfect. So Finn and Carmen, out of the corner of your eye, you guys are kind of all focused on the stick. you see those Bafunga vines?
Baflunga.
Baflunga vines rise to the surface and appear like 30 feet out in the water. You see a little, just as that appears. And all of you notice as Marcus suddenly falls and goes under the water very quickly.
Man, this guy's useless.
But in like the best way.
In like a good way. Yes.
Marcus didn't do anything wrong. You guys quickly notice that the Gongoozler has grabbed Marcus's ankles that are sitting in the water and pulled him down under.
Uh-oh.
Finn, you just kind of consciously know that they have gone out. You just feel, you still kind of feel that evil.
Echoing of that.
You feel it go about 15 feet in, like, out into the water and about 10 feet deep. Finn, you sense that. You look at your stick, get distracted for a second, admiring it, look back at out on the water.
Right.
And you smell with your nose.
I do smell with my nose.
The scent of two different liquids, two different thick liquids, not the water, kind of mixing and rising to the surface. And Finn, you smell what you eventually identify as the Gongoozler's thick green murky blood mixing in with Marcus's blood coming to the surface. Shortly after, you see Marcus emerge from the water coughing and bleeding again.
Same spot?
No, not in the shoulder this time. He has a large scratch across his chest. He is swimming towards you guys, trying to get to shore where he can stand. And behind him, you see the fin of the Gongoozler approaching him again. All three of you, I'm giving you an opportunity to attempt to do anything. You're free from an order of operations right now. You guys are all together. You can discuss for a moment, but you see Marcus trying to swim back, and you see the Gongoozler's one of his fins behind him, trying to bring him back down.
How far away is Marcus from us?
They are about...
He said 15 feet away and 10 feet down, and then he came up, and then he tried to swim back, but, like, is
Yes,
so...
so he's about 10 feet away from you guys.
I'm gonna say, watch out! It's behind you!
Okay.
I am going to dive in the attempts not to help Marcus, but to swim past Marcus. At the Gongoozler, which is technically a terrible idea because I am on his own turf in the water. I'm swimming. I can't really see below me, but more so as a distraction.
Are you going to attempt to attack the Gongoozler?
Yeah, if possible. I mean, it'd be with a disadvantage, but I'll do it. I'll try to
I will say It's disadvantage with sword. It's normal if you try to use your paws to scratch at it.
Actually, no, screw the paws. I'm gonna bite it. That is actually, I do have a damage stat for bite.
Okay.
It's not anything crazy. I didn't sharpen my teeth this morning.
Go ahead and roll.
Give me something good. Oh, that did not land on its top. Alright. It like landed sideways. Okay, 13.
And add strength.
16.
Perfect. You swim past Marcus. As you swim past, you hear him breathe the words, "Thank you." And you go out to the Gongoozler. You see its eyes meet with yours, the glow from under the water. And you go in for a bite. Roll some damage for it.
So that's a D6.
Okay.
And you know it's. There you go, my extra dice. Because you know, I figured everyone needs a hero in their life, and might as well be the best boy. For a whopping 6 points of damage.
Oh,
Nice. Critical roll for that. You make eye contact with it, and it like stops in its tracks, getting ready to attack you, and you just stick your head just enough to bite him straight in the face. And your teeth sink deep into its flesh. It tastes horrible. It tastes like rotten fish. But you sink your teeth into it. And then, you release, and you just get bubbles like hitting you in the face, and you hear its hiss, like a muffled hiss, and it goes deep under the water, and it's no longer in your vision, but it is no longer going after Marcus. Marcus gets to shore, and
Holy bite.
he is now completely shirtless. It has been completely torn off, and through his pectorals is that long scratch.
Dude.
He looks hot as fuck right now, and he just came out of the water and flicked his hair back. He didn't mean to look sexy, but he really did.
He's got gashes and blood dripping down him, but in the best way.
Yeah, but his muscles are just bulging, and just that. Both Carmen and Ember.
Sorry.
Penis man. Anyway, both Carmen and Ember.
That's my lock screen.
With the blood in his eyes, or too much blood, or whatever.
Yeah. Too much fake blood.
Yeah.
So both of you are honestly just drooling a little bit. You watched him emerge out of the water. Finn's over here being a hero and stuff. You guys are just
I'm over here tasting the most vile of meats in my mouth.
No, literally. And you guys are just drooling at him. You in your head, you just hear the song Moto likes you. I like him big. And you're just looking at his pecs, glistening in the moonlight. As that music is in your head right now.
He's low-key dying over there, and y'all are simping.
Hey,
literally.
I'm a little less than him. All right.
No, you've been charmed, but not by magic.
Cool with that.
as this is happening,
I'm over here gonna start to try to swim back to shore because I don't want to really want to be deep water anymore.
perfect. You begin to do so. Marcus looks at the two of you. He takes your gawking in as worry. He doesn't realize that you're oogling, and he's like, "I'm totally fine, guys. I didn't feel a thing. I know how much my body can take."
No, but
And
more
that was
drool.
nothing. Literally.
I literally can't talk. I'm just staring at him, just like.
Ember's mouth is canonically just open right now. Carmen is just silently just staring like a little gremlin, but is straight up staring a little bit. Oh yeah. Mr. Finnegan, I'm gonna need you to roll.
I got my dice.
A save of some sort. I need to figure out what save. It's gonna be a con save.
Wait,
Constitution.
I'm drawing the Gongoozler. You can't see it. It's super bright.
Oh,
It's almost.
Constitution saving save.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Constitution saving save.
18.
Okay, perfect. As you're swimming back to shore, you realize, just like kind of with your basic knowledge of the world, that the taste in your mouth feels poisonous to a degree.
I figured.
So you
That's what I was gonna say.
spit out.
Kind of wash out my mouth
Yeah,
in the water.
as you're swimming, you're like just in the water. Literally. And you make it.
Fucking nerds. Oh my god.
You make it back to shore. And you guys are all standing together, pretty decently deep. The shortest person, the water's like up to your chest.
So,
about here.
so am I poisoned?
No.
Okay, so that was just noticing I was poisoned, and the save was whether or not I was poisoned.
Yes,
It's fine.
and
I have contingency plans in case I get poisoned, anyways.
You guys are all now standing. And
my pa would do like 1d4. No, I would do 1d6s here.
Well, I would do it as 2d6 because 2 paws, or 2d4.
I was in the water, anyways. It's fine.
Yeah. The Gongoozler emerges out of the water behind you guys. This feels like the very beginning when it first emerged and you guys were all standing.
Am I still out of the water or am I still in the water?
You are out, you are standing.
Okay.
You are fine. You all are facing the Gongoozler, similar to how this encounter started, but the Gongoozler is riddled with scars and it looks near death. And Ember, you're up. We're back into official combat.
How close is he?
He's 5 feet away. He's in attacking range.
Sorry, I was spacing out.
I feel that.
I dare you to try to slice his head off.
You just said that wasn't gonna work.
And that was before we did massive damage.
Yeah, when he was only a third of his health. I said close to death now.
Okay, perfect then. Then I'm gonna do what I've been wanting to do this whole goddamn time. I'm gonna take my fucking sword. I'm just gonna, with all of my power, just swing at him.
Kylie, if you're gonna roll a 20, this is your time to roll a 20.
I'm gonna roll it on this
Got
table.
this.
Okay. It's an 11.
I'm going to give you an advantage roll. Roll again because of oodling and drooling at Marcus's body. You want to stop this battle so you can look more. Roll that die again, and whichever's higher we're going with.
10.
Did you say 10?
Huh?
Did you say 10?
19.
Okay, cut out. 19. Let's fucking go.
I heard 10 too, and I was like, huh?
You're like, what? Why is she freaking out over there?
Yeah. Oh my god. Roll for damage.
And that's the D8, right? Okay. I got a 6.
Dude, you would have had the most epic moment if you rolled an 8 because it would have killed him. You go up with all the drool still dripping from your lips, and you just scream, "Ah, fuck you," and slash at its neck, and it cuts deep. It feels like it was close to decapitation, and it just screams and hisses in pain, and it like doesn't flinch too much because it's out of energy to do so. It has been drained from being restrained for the full fucking fight. And then Carmen, it is your turn.
I don't have any magic I can do or anything, so I'm going to take my dagger out and just stab it.
Roll. Oh god, I'm so hoping for something right now. Oh god. Just want
Is
some
this
action.
plus wisdom?
No, this is a normal
Attack.
19.
attack. God damn it! Roll for damage.
Watch her get a 1.
I know,
Wait,
right?
wait. Am I using my 8? Oh yeah, because it's a D8.
Is your dagger
Wait,
a
is
D8?
it
Your dagger is...
It's a D.
yeah, it's a
D6.
D6. It was a D4.
Yeah, it's a D6.
2.
So you go up to this foul, foul, scaly, hissing beast with green ooze dripping from all of its orifices, its missing limb, its gashed face, it's barely hanging in their neck, and you just go up, stab it straight in the stomach, and it winces with its one hand, reaches for its stomach, and it just hisses, and it falls into the water with its last breath, and fades into the dark water.
To jump into the water so that I can I'm gonna fucking take an arrow, stab its eye because I want its goddamn eye. I'm gonna take its eyeball. That's what I want.
It's probably
do so.
poisoned. The eye is probably a poisoned eyeball.
You do so. The green glow fades from its eye socket as you take its eyeball and plant it onto your arrow. And you just, you hold it out for all of the party to see. And Marcus, at least, I don't know what the reactions of the rest of you will be, Marcus just starts cheering.
Yay.
I'm like, woo, whatever. I know, like, technically, like, combat's over, but I'm still gonna go over, and I'm gonna use my last 5 points of healing to throw it at Marcus. Because that bro is not doing so hot.
And you do so. Let me adjust his stats real quick. You lay on hands and you see that giant gash
Yeah, well, actually, before I even, like, heal him, like, since he's been bit and everything, is he poisoned? Like, can I do, like, a check for that? Like a medicine check to see if he's poisoned?
You're doing it before the heal?
Yeah, I'll do it before the heal.
Okay, then I won't change the stat just yet. In case you change your mind.
Would that be probably medicine or something?
Yeah.
Sweet, I have a plus one.
Do a roll.
I have a plus 1 on medicine, anyways. 18, so 19.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
So you kind of approach him and you're like, Doc Finnegan, here at your service, and you kind of check him out a little bit, and you don't sense poison. You don't sense that he's dying or taking any damage.
So it's like but it's like but he's not diseased either because of that. So there's no disease or poison. I'll do another check. I'll do another check for disease if I have to.
I mean, go ahead.
That's always suspicious the way you say it.
Go ahead.
17. So I guess 18.
You detect something is wrong. You do not recognize exactly what you are sensing, but in your head, you kind of recognize the feeling of whatever sickness or disease that you're kind of reaching out to. It feels like the same, like, evil that you detected on Marcus when you first cast that. You can't quite identify to what extent.
Don't need to.
But you know something is wrong.
Perfect. So I'm going to use laying on a pause, and I'm going to expend 5 of my own HP and cure 1 disease or poison. Jam.
You attempt to do so. Make a con saving throw.
Perfect. $16.
16. Perfect. As you do this, Marcus's scars, his scratches close up. You see, if they still leave very sexy scars along his chest. But you don't lose any of your health points. Your attempt seems to not be successful, but he is healed. At least physically.
So divine healing will not heal it. So it's more like a curse than a disease. They don't make it sound like a disease.
Because the way it's going to possibly affect him might be disease-like. That's why you pick it up when you do your disease check.
Man, I was so excited to just like freaking like sweep in and be like, oh yeah, I got this cool ability I haven't told anyone about.
Yeah, I know. And that's why I made the face when you said that. I'm like, well, he's pulling out something special that I didn't realize, but it still doesn't work.
It's fine. You know, Carmen's got her fancy fiery rope that she needs to get more of. Just as a keep in reminder, you do need more of that rope.
I know.
I just wanted fancy healing.
I know. I'm so glad that you mentioned it, because then I could explain what you feel and what happens a little bit.
Okay. I gotta keep in mind that that's what I know. Okay, sweet.
Yeah. So, Marcus thanks you for the healing. He turns to you and says, "I feel a lot better, and I'm glad we could take care of this mess."
Does he even like can his body like? That's not information I would know. But like, do I notice that like he seems to like almost react to me trying to heal whatever disease was in him?
Like the most he realizes is the healing.
So he doesn't even recognize himself that he's.
Yes. And he turns to you and the party and is like, "Thank you guys so much. I'm sorry for dragging you into this mess. I'm sorry I haven't even been able to provide you with the information you came to this goddamn camp for. But you guys have really proved to me that you guys are really in it. You guys are committed to this, and we know that we can count on you. Let's go back to camp, and I'll tell you everything I know about where you need to go. So he leads you to camp. Finn makes sure that he grabs his stick on the way.
Ha! I got it!
He literally like says that with the stick in his mouth. He's like, "Yes, I got it."
Yeah, I'm not going without that. I'm not going without
He's
that.
like behind you guys. He's like dancing as he walks, you know, going back and forth just with his stick. He's
Where is this
prancing
thing? Here it
really
is.
happily. Yeah, there you go, literally. And you
Oh
guys
my
return
goodness.
to the camp. Silvaria meets you guys at the bottom of the hill, and she like immediately is like, "Is everyone okay? Are you guys hurt? What happened? I heard screaming.
Dude, you'll
Heard
never
yelling.
believe what happened. Okay, so earlier today, I got these
And
vines, and I
Marcus stops you real quickly, and he's like, "Let's tell her, but let's tell her in privacy, real quick. Don't worry,
that's
I won't.
probably a good idea.
I won't stop you from this story because everyone wants to hear it. I want to hear it, even though I was there. Let's go inside the leader hut real quick, the leader cabin."
The leader hut.
he leads you guys in there. You guys all sit around that table you were sitting at earlier, and then he immediately turns to Carmen and he's like, "Go for
You're
it."
never gonna believe what happened. So earlier today, I grabbed these things because we had these vines near my house, and they were really cool, and they're like really cool, and I didn't know that. Oh my gosh, you're never gonna believe what happened. There was this giant monster. It was so crazy, and it was like so big. It was like, oh my gosh. But I being the awesome person that I am, I was like, I have these vines, so I used it. You're never gonna believe it. I used it as a lasso, and then I made it grow more with the mind forest stuff. You're never gonna believe this, Silvaria. I set it on fire, and it was so cool. You are never, dude. It was awesome. You should have been there. That was so cool. Anyways, and then yeah, I'm just pretty much,
The whole
whatever.
time you're talking, Silvaria's like is so intensely just like staring at you and taking in literally every bit of information. You have never felt more listened from anyone before. She just like takes in everything, and then she turns to the rest of the party and she's like, "Okay, so what exactly was the creature? Do you guys know? Like what did that to our poor child?"
I don't even. It was some weird, like.
I'm just going to ask for a pen and paper and to do my best to attempt to sketch out what it looks like.
That's
the best-
awesome. So they're like, of course, and they hand you pen and paper, or no, a pencil and paper, and Silvaria looks at you and she's like, "Are you gonna need any help?"
No.
And so you start drawing.
No, thank you. I'm polite.
Roll a d20 to see how good your drawing is.
Let's see.
no.
What would that be like? That'd be like a history.
You know what? Sure, I'll give you your history buff.
Wait, hold on.
And-
Do I even
and-
have a history buff? Oh, I do. It's plus. Hold up, wait. Yeah, it's +2.
I am gonna have you roll with a slight disadvantage because of you being a dog and riding.
You have no thumbs.
Yeah, the lack of opposable thumbs makes it a little difficult. So I'm gonna just have you roll twice and add your +2 to each and see what's worse.
So 16 and 15.
Oh, nice!
I had to
You
count on my
did really well.
fingers. Yeah, I was like, I rolled a 13 and a 14. I was like, I had to count my
Nice.
fingers real quick on how to add 2 to 13, but like,
So
Okay, me too.
15. So you just start going. You draw, and it looks like, it looks almost exactly like the picture that I provided. Like,
best drawing
you
I've
know,
ever made.
it looks like just a well-drawn version, just without the coloring, because it was just a pencil. If you rolled like a 20 as your lowest, it would have somehow gotten color. I don't know how, but it would have.
Magic.
And while he's doing that, I'm gonna be like, it kept saying the word Gongoozler. I don't know if that
Yeah.
means anything to you.
Yeah, it was kind of funny.
But it
Yeah,
kept saying that.
Yeah, Marcus is like, yeah, it's true, and turns to Silvari and goes, "Do you remember the, penis man and that kind of stuff? The Gongoozler, the old campfire's tale. It was literally like from legend. It seemed to been animated. I don't understand exactly why. I assume it's to do with the whole time thing going on, and its weird properties with space and reality. I assume that's what happened, but that's kind of what we ran into, and it had a really weird effect on me. I was bit like first thing, and
Dude, he punched me twice in the body.
and Marcus goes, yeah, it hissed at us, and I could tell that some of us were afraid, and for me, it didn't feel like fear. It felt like only adrenaline. I don't know what exactly I could feel, but I just didn't feel myself in the moment. But your good old buddy Carmen over here got me out of that situation too. She was really the MVP of this encounter, I think.
Yeah, I'm awesome. I don't know.
I'm sorry, that was so sporadic, and I had no idea what was happening, but that's fine. And then, Finn finishes his drawing, and Silvaria looks at it and is like, it really is just like a legend. Exactly how it's described. Long fangs, glowing green eyes, weird fish/humanoid body. That's terrifying. I could see what you mean. But I'm glad it's taken care of. Now, we want to fully tell you what we know, and I think it will really help you with your next part of your journey.
What's her name?
Silvaria?
Thank you.
Yeah. Marcus turns to you guys and he says, Fishbach had a sort of vision, and within the vision he told us that he noticed sand was a reoccurring detail, and since the party might remember, no wait, God, I'm looking at wrong. There's quotes and there's not quotes. DM, Jesus Christ. After coming through the woods, the Marcus and Fishbach. Oh wait, no. I'm Marcus. Sorry. Fishbach and
Wow.
Nestor headed towards the desert. There's one not too far out. I would say about a 3 days hike from here, heading east, if I know my cardinal directions right.
If I know my direction.
It's towards the central part of Arcanum.
I still need to draw that map for you.
I know.
I totally forgot. I'm not gonna.
It's totally fine, man. I do believe Sean met up with them in the desert, and they spent quite a while there from what Sean was telling me. And Silvaria kind of chimes in, and she just kind of whispers, yeah, speaking of the desert, there's always been a sort of dark power that emanates from it. It seems to suck the life out of all living things that have tried to thrive in there. People have tried planting cacti or any type of plant, and it very quickly wilts and turns to dust. Leaves that fall from like trees outside the desert that get blown in will just completely crumple away. It's every single one of the birds that I've met that have hung out here or migrated around the continent have greatly avoided the area. Carmen, you hear a crow that's hanging out on her shoulder.
I was just about to ask.
And it speaks to you. It says, migration happens. We avoid the sands. Why did I sound like sands? No, not sands. Papyrus there. I sounded like papyrus. Migration happens. We avoid the sands. Have made children look old, gray, fall out of sky, die. Marcus, while you're kind of speaking to the crow, Marcus speaks to the rest of the party, and recalls, yeah, Sean did enter the desert, and he turned back after a few months, and he looked like he aged about 20 years, at least from how we saw him. He told us that he had decided to come back because it felt like it was no use, and mentioned that Amy had gotten lost, Fishbach was losing it, and things were going downhill at this point. I don't know what exactly happened in the desert. I don't know if they found something and it was causing these issues, or if they were just traveling through time for ages. I don't know how long he experienced. But for us, it was only a few months. And,
Question.
Yeah.
Marcus, did you ever go to the desert at all, or like search for what they were looking for?
Oh no, I've been here running the camp. I'm one of the leaders here.
I just it's a curious question.
No, of course. I believe what they've heard or found out was there was legend of a sort of temple or shrine of some sort dedicated to a sort of time god out in the middle of the desert. That seemed to be the main draw to the desert, other than all these sandy visuals and stuff like that. No one that I've heard from knows if this temple exists or not. But hey, if the legend of the Gongoozler can become a reality, then I'm sure this place might actually exist. I definitely recommend trying to find that if possible. I would assume something like this would be in the center of the desert, but that's just my assumption based off of nothing really. It could be anywhere. I just assume things of power seem to be in center of things, so that's just my guess. But I don't know. Sorry. Yeah, that's as much of a lead as we've got. I hope that this temple does exist, and I hope that you guys find it quickly. Unless you have fast transportation, I do think it will take at least 3 days time. I don't know if that will be different for you guys since you'll experience it, I'm sure, differently from us, but feel free to stay here as long as you'd like. Do whatever you guys feel is best. Our camp is always open for you to rest and hang out with the kids. They are very excited about their flowers. I can't wait for us to do crafts with that tomorrow. But please, we're here to help. I hope we can do something for you guys at least. And I hope this information is actually useful and we're not leading you to wander the desert for ages and ages. I hope.
Yeah, the only form of transportation we seem to have at the moment is a boat that is tied up. Because I have not forgotten about the boat.
I mean, it is going up river, so as long as you don't really run into any rapids or waterfalls, I mean, it might be at least a little bit faster. I don't know. I don't know how good of rowers you guys are.
Believe it or not.
But I will say the river does lead you in the general direction. I know it comes from a lake kind of higher up the hill, about 10-hour hike from here to get to that lake, that body of water. From there, that's probably the last bit of water you'll find for a bit. But in terms of terrain, that's probably the best I can give you. I don't know the area that well. Savaria here knows a good part of the forest, but she can also just ask creatures questions. And Carmen here can too, I guess. So if you really need a guide, I'm sure you can talk to a bird or two. They'll help you out.
Should her rolls be good?
Or a tree. I heard those have a lot of words, I guess, and they're very slow.
In my cantrips, I have nature's telephone. Connect to the trees.
Fuck yeah.
Did you write that in?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is literally perfect. Marcus and Silvaria kind of look at each other. They kind of nod. They feel like they've said as much as they could. Do you guys have any questions? Anything we can help you with before we rest for the night? We'll give you this. We'll give you this whole cabin. We got another one that we'll hang out at. This at least will have more room for you guys. But we'll be just next door if you need us at any point.
Thank you guys very much.
All right. They stand up. They wish you good night. The crow says to Carmen, "Good." It doesn't understand good night as a term of phrase.
That's so
It just knows that moon is bedtime, so it knows the word good as well. So it just kind of put those together and
Good moon.
Moon, good.
Moon time. It's moon time.
And they exit the cabin. So you guys are free from my grasp because there is no NPCs to talk to.
Do we get levels?
Oh yeah!
I was
You
gonna
guys
say, like-
level up to level 2!
I was gonna say, do we? I don't know if we want to like whatever, do our long rest and then and stop it there and then work on level stuff. I don't know if that's what y'all want to do or keep y'all, unless y'all want to do other stuff.
It's up to you guys. I have some stuff for the morning if you want to continue.
I'm okay with either or. It probably would be good to at least level up and see how much time we have left.
I will say you probably can sleep, level up, and we can probably either after session end kind of figure out our leveling stuff, or between this and the next session kind of figure it out. You won't need it for the little bit I will give you for the next day. If you want to
Okay.
kind of go with
It's up.
that.
It's up to the other two.
I think we should do a long rest.
Yeah. So so do y'all want to do the
You want to
morning
do
stuff or-
leveling stuff while you sleep, and like we can work out what changes
Yeah.
you have, or do you
Yeah.
want to wait between sessions or after the session to work on leveling stuff, and want to just get to the story / cliffhanger that I have for you?
Okay, we can do the cliffhanger then.
Yeah,
Sure.
we'll do the cliffhanger,
Cliffhanger?
and then while we're losing our minds, we can do leveling stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. All right, so you all get ready for sleepy time?
Nap time.
Sleepy time. So Finn, you have that pile of blankets that you kind of organized for your meditation.
And my stick guarantees I will get good sleep.
You do have your stick. You literally place your stick and kind of like tuck it in. You like put your nose and flick some blankets on it.
Dang right.
And then you do your few spins one way, spin at least twice the other way, and then you lay down.
Let's see here. I do 4 spins. I rolled for that.
Oh, nice.
Bro does 20 spins.
I rolled a d6. It's fine. I was like,
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say you probably didn't roll a d20 for
Whereas
that.
actually, if I were to roll a d20, let me get my unlucky one. 10. That's a lot of spins.
That is a lot of
That'd be
spins.
really funny. Unlucky one. 20.
This one is like it's my wow. It used to be like my saving dice until I rolled like 3 ones in a row, and I stopped using that as my
Ooh.
saving dice.
Oh, jeez. Carmen, I know you mentioned last session that you were planning on probably sleeping with dog again.
Yeah,
Um,
I assume my position lay on the side of Finn.
Are you on top of the stick?
No.
Are you
hell no.
are you on that side of like the?
No, I'm on the other side of the
Okay.
stick.
Okay.
No, yeah, I was gonna say, I would assume that you got on the other side of the stick.
Yeah, I'm not interfering with that.
Because I will literally I will say be gone, and if me and my stick, yeah, I'm like curled around that stick there.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's my stick.
And then, Ember, you kind of smile to yourself, but roll your eyes as you see these 2 losers laying on the floor on a
Teen
pile of
nerds.
blankets. And you go get in that very nice camp leader bed that's like nice and laid out with just pure luxury. A whole. It's very middle class. Make a little call back there, and I happen to
my-
roll a very middle number, so
Holy shit.
it's very middle class, and it's you're very comfortable in it. You guys,
Carmen, how does your
Notice-
back not hurt from the morning sleeping on the floor?
I mean, she did,
I have you as like a back pillow. I'm like this.
but
You're like-
also like Carmen was raised on a farm. She probably fell asleep on hay a couple times,
That's
or
true. That is true.
That's fair.
it's not very middle class. You know what I
I
mean?
just know if. Yeah, actually, our bed is I rolled a 17. It's very high class. These blankets, high class.
Let's see.
Oh wow! you took all the high class blankets off of. You took all the high class blankets off of this middle class bed that Ember's sleeping on, so she gets middle class sleep.
That's not fair.
Hey, it's a
Ember,
very
you have no idea. You have no idea.
yeah. Ember, you would never know, because
That's fucked up,
the
though.
bare floor is. Let me roll my low freaking dice again. Let me get this other low dice. Yeah, I rolled a 1. Yeah, it's a very low. Floor.
It's slum floor with high class blankets, so it's very middle class.
Yeah, so we're all sleeping middle class here.
Everyone's
If I-
sleeping very middle class right now.
I knew that, or I know that if I would have known that you guys took my upper class blankets, I just know Ember would have went and fucking snatched those back and taken them for herself.
It would have moved
Yeah.
my stick, and I would have just gone feral.
Bro would have grabbed arm instead of stick and
No, bro, I just would
arm.
have been like, I would have taken out my sword. I would have taken out my jab. I never. That's what I meant to do afterwards was to grab my javelin, and I totally forgot.
Oopsies.
There's actually a couple of other things I was gonna do, but we were already back at camp, and I was like, okay, well that's fine. I guarantee you, it's probably gone and sunken under the lake, anyways.
Oh yeah, it definitely has.
Because I was gonna be like, maybe Carmen
You
should
know
get
what's-
some flesh, or because it's poisoned.
R.I.P.
You know what's happening to your javelin right now?
It's freaking disintegrating. That's what
No,
it's-
no, it's becoming the next perfect stick for the next good boy to show up.
Oh!
It's gonna, it's eventually going to lose its sharpened tip. It's gonna stay lodged in the Gongoozler's body, and just that stick is gonna float up, and it's gonna be perfect for the next good boy to show up.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm the good.
That's
Yeah.
cute.
You're the good boy.
I'm the next one, and the one after that. We're outside of time. I'm all of them.
You're so real. You're so right.
Anyways,
You
so you go
guys
to sleep. So you go to sleep.
You guys fall asleep.
What a tangent.
I love that. I literally made a note, but I didn't make a note. I know exactly what's going to happen and when it's going to happen and why it's going to happen, but I never officially wrote it down, and it's concerning me because I really need this information written down because it has important plot points. But it's okay. I know what's happening, and I'll figure out the details later.
Good.
Maybe. Hold on. I need to count. You guys go eepy. Honk shoe, honk shoe, honk shoe, honk shoe.
Honk shoe, honk shoe, honk shoe, honk shoe.
And in the morning, before it was Finn who woke up first, and second Ember, and third Carmen. Today, Carmen is waking up first.
Carmen is just carrying this whole entire session.
Right?
She really is. Carmen is going to hear a familiar caw from outside the window, and it's going to wake her up. Carmen, you slowly rise, careful not to wake your fellow party members, and you look outside to see the crow you sent to your family.
Oh my god! I'm gonna go outside and go to the crow.
You quietly sneak out there. The morning is bright. The birds are singing. You hear chirps. Everything seems very peaceful.
Good.
And you
Oh, no.
you lean down and you're like, you're just waiting for whatever the crow has to say.
Hello?
And
What's up? What's with my parents? Did my message get through?
And the crow, looks around. He looks nervous. You can't tell, but something. He doesn't seem excited, but he looks at you and he goes, "Parents, good. That message receive.
Good.
They confused, concerned, miss you, but know that." You see him trying to remember what he was told, and he kind of stutters for a second. He's like, miss you, but knew you adventure want go, so they okay.
That's great.
Bro's literally bird-brained.
Oh
Okay.
man.
Thank you, bird. I'm gonna pet the bird. Thank you.
He leans into it. He likes it. And then he goes, oh, snack, food, treat,
Snack?
treat.
Yes. And I reach into my pocket. I have like an old crumb, like a really old crumb, and I just go, here you go, here you go, here you go.
He kind of pecks at it a little bit, and then he drops it. He's like, trash.
I'm so sorry.
Promise.
Okay, let me. I'll be right back. I go into the cabin, and does Ember have any food?
Wait, no, we have food in our packs. We have
You
food in our
have
packs.
food in your packs.
Yeah, remember we
just picked like the oldest crumb out of the bag, and he was like, "What the fuck?"
Okay, I'm gonna find the food, and I'm gonna be like, okay, this is good. I'm gonna go give it to the bird.
He pecks, and then he grabs and like sets it down, and he just eats it real fast. He goes at it, and he goes, good, yum.
Good.
Friend.
Friend.
Oh.
Friend, of course, friend. Do you have a name?
He like thinks to himself.
You got it. You get a name.
And then he goes, name?
Yeah. Name.
And then he goes, bird?
Oh.
No. Wait,
Crow?
You know what? Your name will be Silgop.
Silgop?
Silgop.
Gop.
Yeah. Oh.
Name. Gop.
Yeah. That's right.
Name you?
My name is Carmen. Carmen. Sound it out.
Man.
Close enough. That's great. Gop
Gop.
and Carmen.
Gop. Car. Man. Car. he's trying to pronounce it the way you did, and he stutters a little bit.
You know what? That's great.
He's got
good
little
job.
speech
I'm gonna give
impediments.
him another piece of food.
He goes for it, and he goes, thank Carmen.
Yay! Oh. I'm gonna. Thank you. Can I ask the DM? Can I call out to Gop when I'm?
It depends on how you go about this interaction with him right now.
Wait, it cut out. What did you say?
Yeah, it cut out for me too.
Yeah.
Me? Did I cut out?
No.
I'm asking if in the future I can call out to him.
Yeah. It depends on how your interaction goes with him right now. Give it a second.
Okay.
Bird friends gone. He looks up at the tree that you originally found him and the group at. It's completely barren. He looks at you. You gone multiple sons.
Oh.
Oh.
I hear multiple sons. He thinks for a second on how to communicate what's going on to you.
Multiple sons?
Like multiple days? Yeah.
Camp
What?
bad. Camp bad. Bad shape. Bad things. Bad. And he just starts just kind of cawing. Bad.
I'm gonna just stroke it on the back. Can you tell me what happened?
He calms down and he looks and then you see him like panicked, just looking, and you hear something that you assume that he's hearing as well. You hear rustling just in the distance. You do realize that the camp seems very, very quiet. He after looking around, he says a lot quieter. Bad. Death. Kids. Death. Marcus. No. Still. No. Bad. He turns, and he hops and kind of goes up to your shoulder, and he says, "I stay."
You stay very close to me. We've got you.
And he says, "You walk," and looks over to one of the kids' tents, and he goes, building.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over to the tent. Oh God.
And as you walk over, you hear the sound of bugs, like way more than before. And you notice, as you're just looking around, that the floor beneath you, that used to be mostly dirt, some pine needles, some random plants that have grown over time, they're still there, but there's something softer underneath your feet. You keep walking, and you see red stains all throughout the tent. The crow Gob goes, zip. He's asking you to unzip the.
Oh. Yeah, I'm just gonna, because I already know it. I'm gonna unzip it.
You unzip this tent to find clothes, flesh, and the flower crowns of children laying, skewn, scattered throughout the entire tent. Ransacked, destroyed, and tattered. But you see no corpses. You can smell the death and the stench of rotting flesh, but you see no corpses, no bodies, just pieces. Gob turns to you, says, "Dead. Scared. Not dead. Dead. Alive." And you hear more rustling from the leaves. And a raven caws in the distance, and you sense a figure in the trees. You don't sense danger, but you sense someone is watching you, and you feel connected to them. You sense Silvaria, but that is not Silvaria that you know. Something is clearly wrong. Hold on. I'm sorry.
Dude,
this
I'm
is-
like actually like I feel like somebody's watching me right now.
I got chills. I'm not gonna lie. Like
You see off in the distance where you sense what you feel is kind of Silvaria. And you see a tall, dark figure with no visible eyes or appendages. You see a raven sitting on top of what looks to be a mask made of bones. You cannot see any facial features beyond this mask, but you see branches and grass and plant life growing from the figure's shoulders. You see what looks like it could have been a walking stick, but looks like instead a wooden club. And behind this figure, you see small collections of walking bones of what seem to be children. Gob turns to you and says, "Danger everywhere. Help." And that's where we're going to end today.